Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I attempted something way out of my comfort zone, and it is a cool tone look. For some reason, when I put grays or a cool tone taupey brown on my eye, like my brain just explodes and I don't know what I'm doing. So I will insert a picture here of what my inspiration was, and as you can see, it came out nothing like the picture. It's way more smoky, it's way more sultry and dark, and I mean, it's still a pretty look, it's just not what I was going for. Yeah, so if you want to see how I got this look, I did try some products out of September's BoxyCharm box. And then everything else is going to be listed down below. If you have any questions, comments, let me know. Now let's just get on with it. Set the concealer. I used the Kat Von D white concealer as a eyeshadow base because I wanted the shadows in this palette to show up as true to color as I could get them. And then once I get this all over, I'm going to take that taupe shade and put that in my upper crease as high as I could go to give myself a little bit more real estate to work with. The picture I was going off of was a little more blown out. If I were to do it again, I would have just used this shade and built it up instead of deepening it at all, because once I started to deepen it, as you'll see in a second, it just went left on me. So right here is when I use that shade in the palette and the Subculture palette, and it immediately went way too dark. So I'm trying to blend this out, and I wanted it a little bit more of a sliced shape, I guess you can call it. I don't really like that shape on my eye, so I probably won't do that again the next time I try this look. So right here, by this time I was just like, well, I might as well just go for it. So I'm just using another shade in the palette to deepen it up right next to where the lid color is gonna go. So right here, Maneater eyeliner, and I believe I had already put on the lid color, which was the light shimmery shade in the palette. I don't know where that footage went. Now I am putting the black tea serum on my face first. It's like a serum moisturizer hybrid situation. So I'm just going to put that all over to prep my skin. I usually do this before brows and eyeshadow, but I was a little flustered this day, so I'm doing a little bit of a different order, because I do usually like my moisturizer and primer to set in a while before I do my foundation. Right here I am using the Makeup Forever Hydrating Primer. It's a little sample that I have from maybe Ipsy or something that I'm trying to get rid of. And I'm just focusing that more on the center of my face. I have a few large pores right there. I'm now taking the Essence Brow Gel and quickly just going over my brows a little bit. And here I am using the Clinique Apricot Corrector to correct the dark circles under my eyes. And I have a little bit of darkness on the sides of my mouth that I like to cover up. Here I'm just wetting my sponge with some water. I like to keep a little bottle of water next on my desk because, you know, sometimes you don't want to get up and wet your sponge. I know that's lazy, but you know, it's real life. Oh my gosh, guys, do you see how like pink my sponge is? Mason did that with some of my Buxom Lip Balm. I'm so mad. But right here I am using a combination of Clinique Even Better Glow and the Maybelline Superstay. I feel like I still have a little bit of my tan, so I could have went a little bit darker, but I try to warm it up a little bit with my bronzer too. So it's a little bit, it could be a little bit darker, but it didn't look bad. I keep seeing me like glance over to the left.
or to the side. I was watching The Crown on my laptop, and it was getting a little crazy, and I was like trying to stay in focus, but still see what was going on too. But right here I'm using the Clinique foundation. Which foundation is this? This is Cork and Beyond Perfecting, and I'm using that to conceal and highlight in the normal places. And then we're just gonna blend that out with the damp sponge again. The Too Faced Ethereal Setting Powder, the translucent one, to set under my eyes and my T-zone. And now I'm using the ethereal powder from Too Faced in the color Translucent Medium to set the rest of my face. And I just love how smooth it makes my skin, and I love how the Translucent Medium gives me a little bit of warmth back. Right here I'm using my Anastasia Beverly Hills bronzer to contour and warm up my skin a little bit. I actually feel like I want to get a different bronzer that's has a little bit more warmth. This one's really cool, so it's really good for contouring, but I don't really like it to warm up. And I think I might even go back to cream contouring. I don't know. We might try that in the next video. But I'm just using my bronzer in the usual places. And I love how with that Even Better Glow foundation and that ethereal setting powder, how when I turn to the light in you can see the inner glow using those products. It's so pretty. Like, I don't even have highlight on yet. Right here I'm just touching up under my eyes using the smoky gray out of the palette. This right here is like my favorite color. I'm just using this to highlight the inner corners, and it was super bright and pigmented. I usually don't like frosty colors, but this one was really pretty with this look. I don't know how often I'll pull out this palette, but I might pull it out just for this color. This was my favorite. I'm using my Inglot number 77 gel liner in my waterline. Right here I'm using a Tarte blush. I cannot think of the color, but I've had this blush forever. And I wanted something that wasn't too warm. Here I am using a Wet n Wild highlighter in Golden Crown, I believe it's called, to highlight. Right here I topped that highlight with a highlighter from an Ipsy bag I got. It doesn't even have a name on it anymore. Right here I'm using the Aaliyah I believe it's called Try Again lipstick. This is actually what got me wanting to try a cool tone look, even though it did not come out the way I wanted it to. And this is my Morphe Continuous Setting Spray, which is now my holy grail.
Alright guys, so that was a struggle. I don't know if you could tell that I was struggling a little bit. The look, I mean, it's pretty. It's not what I was going for. It's just not, but it's okay. It's okay. So I'll, in a couple videos down the line, I'll try again. Maybe we can get this. Maybe I'll get a different palette that's like a more taupe palette. I will say with the, what is this called? Nightingale palette from Pretty Vulgar out of the BoxyCharm box. I'm not mad at it, actually. I am gonna probably do one more tutorial with this because I really like these like you know, the browns, the more warm neutral browns that I'm sure I can do like a bomb look with, like this one, like look at that, and this one. So I definitely will be doing something with those. But my favorite color will probably have to be Break Free. That's what's in the inner corner. I love a good frosty bright inner corner, and it gave it to me, so I'm not mad at it. I don't remember, I don't have my card to tell me. Wait, I might have it. Which one is this? No, I don't have the card to tell me how much this is. This is sold at Sephora and it is $35. Personally, I wouldn't buy it for $35 because it doesn't have enough warm tones in it. I mean, I guess it kind of does. I wouldn't necessarily be drawn to it. That's why I like that I got it in BoxyCharm, because I could try something that I typically wouldn't buy. I did use some Renaissance palettes. Maybe that's why because they're so pigmented, and the pigment isn't bad either. I mean, look at those swatches. Let's just swatch that Break Free shade just because it's bomb. Like, let's see. Now, on me is definitely more of a frosty highlight shade, but it's gorgeous. I really like that. These lashes are Tarte. I've had them for a while. I don't remember what they are, but they're my favorites. The brushes were okay. I really liked that fluffier one and the flat one. I didn't have, that's a really stiff but flexible flat brush. And it really helped to get up into that lash line without like some of them like scratch my lash line, like my waterline. Don't nobody want that. Don't nobody got time for that. So I liked that. Yeah, so I'm gonna also do a quick favorites video. I'm gonna throw some things together really quick because I probably haven't done one in like 8-9 months, so be on the lookout for that. Again, thank you for coming back to my channel. Let me know what looks you would like me to do down below. I have some, like, this is gonna be like a Pinterest made me do it tutorial series or whatever. That's where I get most of my inspiration from, other beauty lovers. So sometimes it's just not gonna come out the same, but that's okay. So I'm probably gonna, I'm thinking about doing some Halloween, maybe 1 or 2. Not good at that, but you know, we can try. I did a really nice gypsy. I'll insert a picture here. Let me know if you want me to recreate it this year, and I can do that for you. Yeah, so if you have any questions, comments, concerns, leave them down below. Thank you for coming back to my channel, and I will see you next time. Bye.